the instructions I give is to make sure that it's safe. Making sure that you know that you can rest at any time you feel that you need to. So when you're ready, let's begin. Hridaya Mudra. Index finger at the base of the thumb. Cut. Hi, I'm Jade. And here's a little yoga flow for the heart space today. I'm going to start with a little meditation and finish with a relaxation. All you need is your body and your mat. If you can find yourself a comfortable seated position, notice if you're rounding through the spine a little bit and it's hard to sit upright for 5 minutes, just take a cushion or a block and sit up on it so you can get a bit of height. So just taking a moment to making sure that you're comfortable, finding your seated position. Feel free to bring the legs into any other way that feels right for you, embracing your body as your teacher and me as your guide. So we'll start, if you'd like, to bring your hands into Hridaya Mudra, index finger at the base of the thumb and middle and ring finger at the tip, turning the hands upwards. Closing down the eyes or keeping a soft gaze just in front. Finding your breath and starting to settle. Turning that awareness inwards. Feeling the ground beneath you, beneath the sit bones and the legs of Great Mother Earth. Just softening to feel her support. From there, just gently lifting through the crown of the head, reaching up towards Father Sky above us. Chin parallel to the ground, and a gentle lift through the vertebrae. Relaxing the jaw and the face, the shoulders back and down, forehead soft. Following the movement of the breath in your body. And feeling that connection of the fingers in Hridaya Mudra. This mudra is redirecting the energy towards the heart center, which is connected to the lungs and the air element. As you start to breathe, just allowing the breath to deepen and lengthen. The lungs being the wings of the heart. And the heart being the energy center that bridges our connection between the earth and the cosmos. When we live in our hearts more, we find more forgiveness, gratitude, a sense of interconnectivity to each other and our environment. And for me, this is the most important energy to cultivate in the time that we live. So feeling into this sense of connection to the earth below and the sky above, and allowing these two places to just meet in the heart space, in the middle of the chest. And as you rest your awareness here, just visualize, imagine or sense a light here. Maybe for you it's a flame or a little star or just a ball of light. Each time you breathe in, feel as though the light is growing brighter in all directions. And each time you breathe out, this light begins to spread out from the chest into into the other parts of the body. Breathing in, the light brightens, and breathing out, the light begins to spread and move, connecting to each and every cell of your body. Growing brighter and spreading through the heart, the arms, into the back body. Just moving that light throughout the whole body with each breath. And this light is made of your true self, which is what the yogis say is unconditional love, peace, oneness. Just taking a few more moments to stay with this light and the breath, growing and spreading. And maybe it starts to spread to the space around the body. Until you're now sitting in a bubble of this bright, radiant light of the heart. And now to begin, just bring the palms of the hands together at the third eye center. And I invite you to make a little intention today for your yoga practice. That might be personal to you, or maybe it's just to stay connected to your body and your breath, the light in your heart. Bringing the hands towards the heart center. And if you'd like to chant the mantra for the heart, the seed mantra is YAM, Y-A-M. And we'll send that intention out by chanting the mantra once. Breathing in deeply. YAM. And releasing the hands down. Gently opening the eyes. And we'll take the legs to cross them in the other way. If the legs were not crossed, just changing it round. And while you're here, just roll the shoulders back and down and start to take the neck into nice big circles, as if you're drawing circles around with your chin in front of you. Try to slow it right down. Nice big circles around one direction and then the other. All the way. Maybe you might find a place that feels quite stiff today. A little sticky place of tension. Maybe you want to stop there and stretch and breathe a bit deeper into it. And then coming back to center. Just taking the arms out wide. And as you breathe in, lifting the hands, looking towards the fingers. And exhale, drawing it down. Let's do that again. Breathing in to lift. Syncing the movement with your breath. And breathing out, drawing the energy down to And this time we'll breathe in and lift. And as you breathe out, bringing your left hand to your right knee, right hand behind you, and coming into a twist. Try not to lean into the twist, so we're keeping the shoulders above the hips, lifting up through the crown and twisting from the navel up to the chest. No tension in your neck. Neck just gently looking over the shoulder. Breathe in deeply. And on your next in-breath, we will lift through the center, raising the arms. From this length, we come to the other side. Exhale and twist. Each time we breathe in, lifting the crown, and each time we breathe out, twisting from the navel to the chest. The next time we breathe in, lifting through the center, look to the hands, exhale, drawing them down. And now just coming forward, we'll come on to the knees. We're going to bring the palms on the thighs and just start to make some cat-cow movements with the spine, with the legs in Vajrasana. So as you exhale, lean back, round the spine like an angry cat. Bring the chin to the chest and really press and round the spine. Next time you breathe in, roll the shoulders, press the heart forward, lift, looking up, weight comes forward, arching the spine. Exhale, round as deep as you can into that cat. And inhale, cow stretch, dipping the spine, pressing the chest forward, looking up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And just flow now with your own breath a few times, back and forward. Feeling the juiciness of the movement as we wake up the spine. You might feel some clicks and cracks being released. Maybe again you feel some places that feel extra sticky and you want to stop and move a bit deeper there. And then coming back. We're going to come onto all fours now. So just take a moment to really ground through the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees under the hips. See this natural dip in the spine, we want to lengthen it out a little bit, lifting the navel up towards the spine. And here we want to start to move a bit more organically. So a lot of movements in yoga are very linear and quite masculine in the way they are constructed. So if we bring a bit of flow into it, a bit of intuitive moving. So I invite you to close your eyes and just start to feel into your body. Feel into where it feels tense, where it might need to move. Making circles, bending the elbows if you need to. Rounding the spine, undulating. Moving in whatever way feels natural to you. Find those sweet spots and deepen the stretch and the breath. And then coming back to neutral here. We'll come into Anahatasana, melting heart. Keep the hips over the knees and just walk the hands forward. Bringing the forehead down. Sink in the center of the chest towards the mat. Staying there, holding that position. If you want to get a bit more length, a bit more depth in the shoulders, come up onto the fingertips. And keep sinking the heart center down towards the ground. Holding it there, deepening the breath. And these heart-centered flows ask us, how can we open our hearts more to this sense of unity, to the realm of love and connection, beyond ourselves and our immediate friends and family, to the wider community and the world as a whole. Ultimately, this is what yoga is asking us. The more we practice, the more we're expanding our individual consciousness to connect with the universal consciousness. And I know it sounds cheesy, but the more we practice, the more we see that we are all one. We truly are. We're all in this together. So when you're ready, just walking the hands back up and just tucking the toes under. We'll have a little toe stretch, a little movement of the wrists. It does feel really uncomfortable, but it's great for the feet and the toes. As we wear so many shoes, it's really good to start to fire up all the sensory receptors in the feet and all the energy channels that end in the feet. A bit of reflexology. So when you're ready, coming back down, we'll tuck the toes and take our first downward dog. But before we do so, just looking at your hands, this is the foundation of the movement of Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. All the fingers are flowing forward, so there's no bending in the wrists forward and back. Wrists are straight. Splaying out the hands, grounding down through the fingers. Try not to lift them up. We really want to press them into the mat. The index finger and thumb is really rooted down. That side of the hand is rooted. And when you're ready, we can start to lift up into the move. So tuck in the toes, bend the knees, and just press the chest back towards the thighs. You can move again in any intuitive way here, bending, releasing and opening. Taking time to get into the pose. Staying there for a moment. And then just finding stillness in your down dog. You want the ears in line with the arms, pressing the chest towards the thighs. And deepen the breath into the belly. On the next in-breath, come up onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees and rolling forward so that the shoulders come just over the wrists in plank position. Dropping the knees as you breathe out and lowering the chest and chin, elbows tucked all the way down. Release the legs, slide the arms forward, coming into Sphinx position. So we want the elbows underneath the shoulders rolling back and down, pressing the heart through the shoulders, and feel as though you're pulling your wrists, your elbows back towards the feet as you press your heart forward. No tension in the neck. The chin is parallel to the ground. Maybe closing down the eyes or having a soft gaze again. And taking this as an opportunity to connect again to that center of the heart. Maybe visualizing that light behind the breastbone. Glowing and growing with each breath. Relax through the legs. If you feel any pinching in your back, you can squeeze the glutes to help protect that. And now take a deep breath in here. And as you breathe out, lowering down, slide the hands back and press yourself back into a child's pose. Big toes together, knees nice and wide. We really want to extend the sit bones to the heels there, so we're pressing back. If the forehead doesn't reach the ground, that's okay. Maybe you come on the forearms or making fists. If it does, just relaxing down. Really feel as though you're growing heavy in your hips down to the heels, lengthening out your lower back. Deep breaths in all directions, Feel that concertina of the ribs moving up and out on the in-breath and in and down on the out-breath. The more we connect to our breath and our lungs, the element of air, the more we're connected to the heart. Just like the forests are the lungs of the air, they clean our air. On our microcosmic level, our lungs and the air helps keep our body clean, filled with prana, the life force energy. Okay, when you're ready, extend the arms and lift them back up. Pressing into the hands again. Tuck the toes, lifting up, downward dog. And then walking the feet towards the hands, bending the knees. Feet hip distance, take hold of the elbows, soft knees, raggy doll pose. Swaying side to side. Maybe it feels good to release the hands, or maybe you want to take hold of them. Maybe you'd like to come into some stillness. Maybe you want to ease a bit further into your forward fold, or maybe you want to stay in raggy doll and sway. So take the opportunity to connect to your body, what it wants to do. And then if you've got the elbows, just bringing the hands onto the shins, lengthening out the arms and lifting the spine. So we want to bring the spine parallel to the floor, press the sit bones back, extend the crown, look just in front of you, roll the shoulders back and down, and as if you're bringing your spine into cow stretch, dipping. And soften the knees, exhale, folding forward again. When you're ready, really root into your feet, bend the knees, bring the chin to the chest, and start to scoop the tailbone under as you uncurl vertebrae one at a time. Uncurling all the way. Breathing in to lift the arms nice and high, look to the hands, and once again exhaling, drawing the energy down to the heart. Take a deep breath here. And out through the mouth. Doing that again. We'll come into a little flow. So come to the front of the mat, feet hip distance apart. Roll the shoulders back and down, starting with the palms at the heart center. Really feel the connection with the earth beneath you. Again, our Mother Earth supporting, softening into her. The more we soften, the more we're supported by her. And on the next in-breath, lifting the hands, looking, maybe adding a slight back bend if that's comfortable. And exhale, coming all the way down with a flat back. Folding forward. Inhale, half fold. And exhale, right foot steps back. Finding runner's lunge. We want to bring the front knee over the ankle, extending through the back leg, and maybe finding some movement there, rocking around. So we're really lifting up away from the floor, activating the core, activating the legs. And then we'll bring the right hand, placing it underneath the right shoulder blade, and turning to open into a twist. The more you squeeze the inner thighs together, the more you root that left big toe side down, the more you can deepen into the twist. We ideally want to stack the shoulders and bring the heart towards the side and looking up towards the top hand. Feel that opening through the heart center. Deepening the breath there. Expanding that light. And on the next out breath, bringing it down. Press the hands underneath the shoulders, step back through plank, and on the out breath, lower the knees. Bring the elbows in, lower down, and inhale into cobra. Elbows tuck right in, low cobra, or high cobra. Only lifting up if we're not doing this. We want maximum space between the ears and the shoulders. And really lifting. Bend the elbows, tuck them right in, wrap the triceps under. And deep breaths. And as you exhale, coming all the way down. Tuck the toes under. One option is to press the heels back to child's pose before you find your down dog, or you can come straight there. Finding down dog, moving if you feel it. And again, deepen the breath down into the belly. Nice deep breaths. On the next in-breath, we're going to lift the right leg, three-legged dog, squaring off the hips, keep turning the toes down towards the ground. Then bending the knee and open it out, stacking the hips. As if you're trying to bring that right heel towards the left sit bone and roll the right hip on top of the left. Breathe into that. If you want to, and you've got it in your practice already, feel free to flip the dog over into wild thing. If not, just holding here. And then we'll lift back to three-legged dog on the in-breath, right leg lifts. And as we breathe out, bringing that leg through, stepping it in between the hands. If it doesn't get all the way there, just give it a little shuffle. Doesn't matter, however it needs to get there for you. We're going to drop the back heel down so that the toes are pointing out towards the side. For warrior one, inhale to lift, rising up. Exhale to bend that front knee over the ankle. The feet are on separate train tracks. We're pressing into the outside of the back foot and we're hugging the right hip back, left hip forward. Breathe in here. Roll the shoulders back and down. Connect the lower body with Mother Earth and the upper body reaches to the farther sky. On the out breath, interlace the fingers behind the back. Roll the shoulders back. On the in-breath, lift the heart. Exhale, humble warrior. Bowing the crown towards the ground in humility. At this mystery that we live inside of the great forces of nature. May they keep us humble. On the next in-breath, root the feet and lift it up. Exhale, release the hands, pressing them either side of the front leg. Come onto the ball of the back foot. Inhale to lift it up. Half forward fold. Exhale, fold. Root the feet and inhale, lifting up. Reaching tall, palms together, maybe a back bend. Exhale, draw down to the heart. Deep breaths. Take this time to really focus inside. Try not to go off in your mind. This, for me, this gesture is about coming home, back to yourself, and noticing the effects of the movement and the practice in your body. Be a witness to these effects. Try not to feed into the thought space. Stay in the body. And we'll do exactly the same on the other side. So we'll join together on the in-breath to lift the hands, maybe a back bend. Soften the knees, exhale, folding forward. All the way down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Left foot this time, stepping back to runner's lunge. Front knee over the ankle. Take a moment to move around. And then we've come into that twist. Left hand places underneath the left shoulder. Rooting down to open and rise up with the right hand. The more you squeeze the inner thighs together, root the front big toe down and deepen into the twist. On the next out breath, bring the hand down. plant the hand, inhale, plank, and exhale, knees, chest and chin. If this doesn't work, just lower down in whatever way feels right for you. Inhale, lift it up, cobra. Roll the shoulders back and down, bring the elbows in, press the heart forward, chin parallel to the ground, and crown lifted. Your choice if you want to go straight to down dog after we lower, or move through child's pose. Tuck the toes, press it back, lift straight there, or come through child's pose and meet in down dog. Deepen the breath. Maybe a cleansing breath out through the mouth. Breathing deep into the belly. Next in-breath, left leg lifts. Three-legged dog, squaring the hips. And then bringing that into a hip opener. Bend the knee, open. Rotate the left hip over the right. As if you want to touch that heel to the right sit bone. Try and not dump all the weight into the right shoulder. Try and keep squaring off through the front shoulders. And here, if you did wild thing on the other side, then flipping it over into this wild thing, this back bend, but only if you know that your body can do that. You need to take care at home. And then coming out, three-legged dog, inhale, lifting. And exhale, bringing that knee, planting the foot. Root the feet, place the back heel down, and inhale, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Take a moment to adjust the feet, sink that front knee over the ankle, try not to collapse in with the knee, rolling it out, rooting both feet, equal weight. Maybe a little back bend there, roll the shoulders away from the ears, lift the heart, shine in the light. On the next out breath, interlace the fingers, try and interlace them the other way with the other thumb on top. Feels very strange. Roll the shoulders back and down, extend the arms, inhale to lift the heart. And on the out breath, humble warrior. Come on the inside of the front leg, bowing the crown to the ground. In humility. May we always remain humble. Preparing to come out, root the feet and inhale, lift up. Exhale, release the hands, planting them either side of the front foot, come up on the ball of the back foot. And inhale, bringing it up. Flat back, lift and lengthen, sit bones away from crown, soften knees, exhale, fold. Root the feet, scoop the energy up, soft knees, lifting. Exhale, drawing down. Coming home to yourself now with this position, taking a moment to witness sensations, breath, thoughts, as it all settles down. And now, I'm going to come into a little bit of a balance as we make our way down. So, with the feet a little bit wider than hip distance, just inhale onto the balls of the feet, then bend it into the knees. And we're going to keep on the balls of the feet and keep bending the knees as we come down. Try not to lean the weight too forward, so keep the shoulders over the hips, starting to come down. And if you can, stop in here for a moment in this balance. Don't worry if it's wobbling, you've fallen over. It's always good to have a bit of fun. And we always learn from mistakes and falling. And we'll come down. Sitting on the sit bones once again, drawing the soles of the feet together, bringing them in as close as feels comfortable for you. Again, sit up on your cushion if it's still there, and if you feel that you're rounding out the spine. Take hold of the feet, the ankles or the shins, and use that to lift up the heart and roll the shoulders back and down. Really keep pressing the knees open so you're really activating the inner thighs. And as you inhale, lift, and exhale, lean into that stretch. It might feel good to release the hands out, but really try to keep lengthening through the spine from the tail, lifting up to the crown, getting that length as you keep pressing the knees open. Again, deepen the breath in all directions, feeling that concertina movement, this 3D breath in the body. One more deep breath in and all the way out. On the in-breath, walking the hands back in. Scoop up the knees, bring the knees together and give yourself a great big hug. Squeezing the knees in, bring the forehead to the knees. And just giving yourself a little bit of love and attention and gratitude to your body for the magnificence that it is, for all the little miracles it creates every day without us thinking or asking. Give yourself a hug like you give so freely to others. And a little smile. We'll lift up, preparing to come down to lie on the back. Root the feet hip distance apart. Try not to lift up the toes. Really feel them grounded down again into the earth. Roll the shoulders back and down. Bring the hands into Kali Mudra, so interlace the fingers. Index finger presses forward. Kali, the fierce goddess who slays away our untruths. Roll the shoulders back and down, lift the heart, and see if you can come down one vertebrae at a time. This is a little challenge, so don't worry if you get to one point and collapse back down. It's not about what we can do or what we look like, it's how we feel, how much we're connecting to ourselves. Take a moment there to just hug the knees in, rocking side to side, maybe making little circles or figures of eights, feeling that little massage on your lower back. And then we'll extend out the left leg, pressing the heel away, the ankle's flexed, hugging in the right knee. We'll come into a twist here. So we're going to leave the left hand on the knee, extend the right arm out, and cross that knee over the body, coming into a twist. Looking towards the right hand, and you can deepen into that twist by gently extending the knee across. Again, deepen the breath. Maybe you want to close your eyes and feel into that twist in the body. Maybe each out breath you feel like your body is opening a little bit more and deepening. Preparing to come out, so on the in breath, we'll lift it up. And on the out breath, bringing both the knees in, rocking again to reset the pelvis. Extend the right leg out, press the heel away, hug the knee in. Right hand takes the knee, left hand extends, crossing the knee over, looking to the opposite way. Staying there with the breath. Each out breath softening into the shape, into the ground. Preparing to come out, inhale, lifting up, and exhale, hugging the knees in, rocking around. And maybe taking a full body stretch, reaching the hands, reaching the toes. And we'll take our relaxation position. So make sure you're comfortable and cozy. You can get a pillow for the head, put on any extra layers, blankets. It's always nice to place some support under the knees. Turn the palms up. Bring the hands away from the body. Let the toes fall out. Really surrender now. You know, that feeling of the more we soften, the more supported we are. So find the softness throughout the body. And stay in there. Again, finding that flow of breath. And everything sink and settle down towards the earth. Making the out breath longer than the in breath. Almost as if it's twice as long. You can count that if you'd like to. Or just feel into it. Jaw and face soft. Shoulders in the back, spread across the ground. Hips and legs, relaxing, releasing. Free from tension. Surrendering into being. Stay there for as long as you like if you have the time. If not, starting to stir and wake up through the fingers and the toes and the neck. Transitioning, rolling onto your right side in the fetal position for a few moments. And whenever you're ready, come back up to a seated position. Sealing off the practice when you're ready. Palms together at the heart. Bringing back that intention you made at the beginning of class. And finishing once again with the mantra for the heart, Yam, if you'd like to. Breathing in. Yam. Bow the head towards the heart, acknowledging the inner teacher, the inner guide, the light of our own truth. Coming back by rubbing the hands. And with that heat energy, reviving the eyes, placing the hands on the eyes, blinking a few times. Opening the eyes to receive. And then coming back. Namaste.